the Achilles going?
Good, yeah. Back training and slowly integrating into the skills. So all tracking really well for round one, and yeah, it's just really good to get out there and run around with the guys. It's been a long time. I didn't obviously got injured in round one in March, so it's yeah, been a long time separated from the group. So it's been nice.
Are you back in full training, or how does it work?
No, so I'm slowly kind of ticking off the different type of training sessions I guess we have. So the more controlled sessions, and then hopefully by January I'll be full noise.
I thought you were actually close to maybe playing if the Storm made the grand final, or was that just your wishful thinking?
Yeah, I was really hopeful to try and get back, but I think once we, I suppose I accepted that I wouldn't get back. We just really slowed it down and focused on the strength. And I think particularly with my injury history, having 2 ACLs, I think you're at a really big risk of redoing an ACL.
Yeah.
So yeah, kind of shut it down after that and just focus on getting strength and just getting ready for round one.
Just on the Achilles, like were you ever given any feedback? Was it just considered a freak injury? Was there anything that you did training wise? I'm just asking from the perspective of the Wallabies having 4 Achilles this year, which seems incredible. And people have sort of thought maybe pointing the finger at the S&C or whatever they're doing that's led to that. But what's your sort of understanding of it?
Yeah, no, I didn't have any. People asked me, did I have any tightness or I suppose pain leading into the game, but no, I didn't. So no, it just happened, I guess, for me. But not sure about the Wallabies, but they've had way too many Achilles, which is pretty scary going into a World Cup year. I've got a few friends out there. I think they were getting pretty smashed up in some of those pre-game training camps. So I don't know, maybe if that would apply, but I don't know.
For someone like Taniela Tupou, I mean, he only did it like 2 weeks ago. So you're, coming up to 12 months after yours, to be a forward, like it'd be pretty hard to get back for a World Cup, I imagine.
Oh yeah, he's going to be really racing the clock, but everyone's different. Some people heal really well, so I'm a big rugby union fan as well, so I'm really hopeful all those guys get back. Obviously, Quade Cooper, Taniela, Rob Leota, who's one of Melbourne Rebels' great players. So hopefully all those guys get back. But yeah, I've found it really difficult, probably more difficult than my ACL recoveries, which probably have a longer timeline associated with them. But I think mentally it's been really a real big struggle.
Can you just talk about how hard the last 12 months have been for you from a mental perspective?
Yeah, I think it's the highs and lows of rugby league and professional sport. I think one of the proudest moments, obviously, being made co-captain and leading the boys out for that game, and then it's pretty grim, I guess. And you would have liked to have had a big year and play well for the Storm, send those guys out that were leaving, and put yourself forward for Queensland and representative teams. But that all gets taken off the table. So it was pretty tough, but got through it and had a lot of support. My family were awesome. I don't really have anyone down in Melbourne. I'm from Queensland. I don't have a partner, so my sister came down the first 2 weeks and looked after me because you're pretty immobile. And then I had a moon boot on. I had to sleep in a moon boot for I think about 8 weeks, so I couldn't drive anywhere. It was my driving leg, so it was pretty tough initially. But we got through it, and feeling really good and really positive about the season coming up.
You mentioned the 2 ACLs, a really serious Achilles injury. I know you're still pretty young, but were there times where you thought maybe it was, wasn't worth it?
Oh, not really. I think obviously there are some pretty down times, but I've had a lot of really good times. I love coming into training and mixing with the guys. We're lucky we're at a really successful club. Won a lot of footy, played some rep games, and those highs, they're pretty amazing. So I know you go through some down times, but we're in a really privileged job here. It's a great job. We get paid well to do what we do. Come in with your friends. Some of these guys, like Munso, he come in when he was 19, I was 18, so kind of lifelong mates that you make. So the body, obviously it's been a bit disappointing sometimes with the injuries, but no, I've always wanted to keep playing.
Is there a risk you could do it again? Like, now that you've done it once, is there a heightened risk you can do it again?
They actually think it comes back stronger, like the way the surgery, it actually really fattens your Achilles. It's pretty interesting when you go to the surgeons. They're obviously very good at cutting things up, but I think they're a bit odd sometimes. So the guy was grabbing my Achilles, going, "Oh, this is lovely. This is nice and fat. How good's this?" And I was like, oh, it's a bit bizarre, but anyway. So they're pretty happy with it. So I don't think, provided I do a really good rehab and get my strength up, I think I should be all right.
I know, like, even if the players hadn't left, they probably wouldn't be back from World Cup duties or whatever, but it must have a bit of a different look around the place with, like, so many of the boys that you kind of started out with no longer at the club.
Yeah, it's happened pretty quickly. I've gone to the old dog status. I remember because I'm born in '94, Cam Smith's in '84, and I always had 10 years younger than him. And some of those boys just they're born in 2004, so I've made the transition. But they've been great addition, the academy guys. And I think what Duffy was alluding to is, when I came down when I was 18, and you come down as a blank canvas. You can get taught, really good habits on and off the footy field. And I think the Storm, they really prioritise different things that guys wouldn't have been exposed to. So I think the earlier you can get to these guys and teach them on the field how to prepare, how to lift, and that's going to be a great thing for the academy. We won't probably see the benefits for probably 3 or 4 years, but I think it's a great initiative by the club.